It's my first time at conference, and it's my first time getting any kind of award, so I wasn't quite sure of what protocol was for acceptance, but I've learned from previous speakers that I really need to thank my division in Birmingham for their unending support through all of this. And I need to thank my son, who's just walked in to see me, to just say thank you to him for putting up with me being pretty absent through most of my campaigning. So I realised when I only had 4 minutes to speak today that I needed to make it pretty quick, so I boiled it down to 2 key points. What journey has brought me here today, and how can I inspire others to achieve similar things? I'm from a strong and passionate family. Both my parents were teachers and activists and instilled in me a sense of justice, equality and fairness. I grew up going on marches and protests and hearing stories of Nelson Mandela and about the fights of the miners and the steelworkers. My family taught me that all people are equal, that we need to look after each other, that we need to promote and defend everyone's rights, especially those who can't easily do it for themselves. In 2002, my son was born, and in 2005, he was diagnosed with autism and significant learning difficulties, ADHD, sensory processing disorder, severe anxiety, the list really does go on. I mention this because where my family gave me a solid belief system, he's the one who taught me how to fight for what I believe in. And I believe in him with every ounce of my being. Every bit of his development and all the support that he now has been fought for with a drive from my heart to achieve for him every last thing that he deserves. And it's this same drive that I carry with me when I'm campaigning, because I know that every child deserves that. Every child needs somebody to fight for them from their heart with a passion that won't cease until the goal's achieved. So what is it that was achieved that's ended with me speaking to you today? Last year, a group of 7 schools in Birmingham, including mine, decided they wanted to form a MAT. As soon as I heard about it, I knew I'd do absolutely everything in my power to stop it happening. I love being a rep. I've been in the role just over 2 years, and I now have every member of teaching staff in my school with us in the NUT. They were horrified. They were horrified when I explained to them the implications of the MAT and supported me 100% in all actions to prevent it from forming. Their belief in me and our unanimous stance against academisation was a very powerful tool in the campaign. While some people thought the academisation was inevitable, I knew that the only way it would be inevitable is if we did nothing. We worked across all 7 schools with the local community, MPs, councillors, the local Labour Party to mobilise staff, union members, parents, grandparents. We unleashed an imaginative campaign and held street stalls, public meetings, rallies and media stunts. We crowdfunded to get solicitors to challenge schools on whether they were legally consulting and generally got under the skin of those wanting to academise. There were very low points where it seemed the campaign was lost, and I remember going to my mum for advice. She told me that if you lose, it is of course heartbreaking, but it's okay because you fought a good fight. And that gave me just the incentive I needed to not give up, because we were fighting a good fight, and I was not going to let all that work go to waste. So I kept going and gathering others to join the campaign. Together we carried on, and after a year-long battle, we won, and the MAT did not go ahead. With all that I'd learned and the feeling of success carrying me, I quickly moved on to the funding cuts crisis. I worked closely with my Birmingham colleagues, and we held a parents' picnic and a city centre rally to raise awareness. I set up Save Our Schools West Midlands, and we're now working with the NUT, the NAHT and other parent-led funding groups on a range of exciting campaigns. As a relative novice, I'm finding the support and advice of experienced campaigners is absolutely essential for me. I very genuinely could not have done any of this alone. Working in a group is key. We all have different skills and different strengths, and even a little bit of help can be a massive support. The power of a united stance is truly phenomenal. Campaigning is hard, it's frustrating, very confusing, tiring, and immensely time-consuming. And sometimes you want to give up, but you can't. We all need to find our inner drive, our heart, and our passion, and we need to use it to inspire others to join us, because I truly believe that together our battles will be won.
Thank you.